Bumps under the eyes. Most people see those tiny bumps under their eyes and assume it's just skin doing skin things. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's your cholesterol writing you a warning note on your face. The little white or yellowish bumps that sit just under the eye can be xanthelasma. That's cholesterol literally depositing under the skin. Your body is so overloaded with it that it started storing the excess where you can see it. Here's the part that should get your attention. These bumps don't hurt. They don't itch. They don't do anything except sit there looking harmless while your arteries quietly deal with the same problem on the inside. Not every bump is xanthelasma. Plenty are just melia, harmless little keratin cysts that mean nothing. The difference matters, and you can't tell which one you've got by squinting in the mirror. So if those bumps showed up and never left, that's not a skincare issue. That's a blood test waiting to happen. Spoon-shaped nails. Your nails are supposed to curve down, gently over the tip of your finger. If they're curving the other way, that's worth a look. Spoon-shaped nails, where the nail dips in the middle like a shallow spoon, are called koilonychia. The classic version is so pronounced you could rest a drop of water in the dip and it wouldn't roll off. Here's what's usually behind it. Iron deficiency. Your body needs iron to build healthy tissue, and when it runs low for long enough, even your nails start coming out wrong. That's the unsettling part. By the time the shape of your nail changes, the deficiency has been going on for a while. This isn't an early warning, it's a sign your body has been running low for months. It can also point to other things. Thyroid problems. Sometimes it runs in families and means nothing. But a healthy person with a balanced diet doesn't usually grow spoons on the ends of their fingers. If your nails are scooping inward, get your iron checked. That's it. One test. Cracks at the mouth. You know those cracks that show up at the corners of your mouth and refuse to heal? The ones that sting every time you yawn or smile too wide? That's not just dry skin. It's called angular cheilitis, and it's often your body waving a flag about what's missing from your diet. B vitamins, usually. B2, B12, sometimes iron. The corners of your mouth are one of the first places a deficiency shows up. Here's why it lingers. That spot stays warm and damp every time you talk or eat, which makes it a perfect home for bacteria and yeast. So the crack opens, gets colonized, and then refuses to close. You can smear ointment on it all you want. If the cause is internal, the cracks just keep coming back. The frustrating truth is people treat this for months as a skin problem when it was never about the skin. Fix what's missing on the inside, and the corners of your mouth usually sort themselves out. The ring around your iris. Look closely at the colored part of someone's eye, and you might notice a pale gray or white ring forming around the edge. On an older person, that's usually nothing. On a young person, it's a different conversation. That ring is called arcus senilis, and it's made of fat and cholesterol deposits in the cornea. The name even has senilis in it because it's normal in old age and the body expects it eventually. Here's the catch. If it shows up before about 45, it can be a flag for high cholesterol or high blood fats. Your eye is showing you on the outside what might be building up everywhere else. That's the unsettling bit. It doesn't affect your vision at all. You can have it for years and never know, while the same kind of deposits are doing their work in places that actually matter. So a gray ring at 70 is just time. A gray ring at 30 is worth a phone call to your doctor. A white-coated tongue out in the mirror. A thin light film is normal. A thick white coating you can almost scrape off is not. That heavy white coat is often oral thrush, an overgrowth of a yeast called candida that lives in your mouth in small amounts all the time. Normally, your body keeps it in check. When it stops being able to, the yeast takes over. Here's the question that matters. Why did your body stop keeping it in check? A weakened immune system, recent antibiotics, uncontrolled blood sugar. The thrush isn't really the problem. It's the thing pointing at the problem. In a healthy adult who isn't on medication, a tongue that's suddenly carpeted in white is worth paying attention to. It can be one of the first visible signs that your immune defenses are running below normal. Most of the time it's harmless and easy to treat, but a tongue that keeps coating over and over is asking you a question about what's happening underneath. Losing the tail of your eyebrows. Here's a strange one. Look at the very outer end of your eyebrows, the part closest to your temples. If that section is thinning out while the rest stays full, your thyroid might be involved. It even has a name. Some people call it the sign of Hertoga. The outer third of the eyebrow quietly disappears, and most people blame age or overplucking and never think twice. The reason it happens is that the thyroid controls how fast your body repairs and regrows tissue, including hair. When it slows down, the body stops prioritizing the bits it considers non-essential. The far edge of your eyebrow is very low on that list. That's the part people miss. Hair loss on your head gets noticed immediately. A vanishing eyebrow tail is subtle enough to ignore for years. It often comes with other clues: fatigue, weight gain, feeling cold all the time.